4 books, okay? He's an award-winning swimming, award-winning writer. He's an award-winning author. He also has a new off-Broadway play coming out called Love Quirks. Incredible piano player. Put your hands together for Seth Bisen-Hersh, ladies and gentlemen!
Thanks, Ron. Hey, everyone. Happy almost New Year. It's my last performance of the decade. Very crazy. So how are you guys doing? Just kidding. I don't really care. That's just a, rhetorical question to break the ice. This is a really awkward situation. There's a lot of you here staring at me, probably judging me and waiting for me to say something funny. It's a lot of pressure. It's like when I tell people I do stand-up, the first thing they say to me is, tell me a joke. That doesn't happen in other professions. Like, you don't meet a teacher, you're not like, hey, teach me something. You don't meet like a construction worker, you're not like, hey, build me a house, dude. Or you don't meet a doctor, you're not like, hey, look at this mole. Actually, is anyone here a doctor? Because I have a weird mole on my back, see me after the show, I want to make sure it's not cancer. Thank you. So people don't really care how you are when they say, how are you? They just want you to say good or fine, and if you tell them how you really are, they get a little confused or whatever. Like, go ahead, ask me how I am.
How are you?
Alright, well, I'll tell you, I was really nervous about the stand-up set, so I didn't really sleep well last night. I was having insomnia, and then I finally gave in, I took a Xanax, and then I slept for about 5 hours, but then my neighbor's yappy dog woke me up, and then I sat there in a puddle of my sweat, pondering the futility of life, and then I wasted an hour today on the phone with FIOS arguing about my cable bill because they keep raising the price to compensate for all the cord cutters, and I don't even know why I still have cable because it's really painful that they keep raising the price on me. It kind of feels like they're ripping off my fingernails, or at least I assume that's what it feels like because it's never happened to me, but I have seen it on cable. Basically I just say fine, I just say good, and people, if they ask you what are you up to, they don't really want to know that either. They just want you to say, oh, a bunch of things. They don't want you to go on and on and on about all your projects. Like, as he said, in addition to the stand-up, I've also been doing improv, which is great because you don't have to rehearse, and I hate rehearsing. And so then I'm also, as he said, producing my musical Love Quirks off Broadway in February, which is a lot of work. And then, of course, like the other guy, I also have a podcast called Millennials Are Ruining the World. An Exennial's perspective. I'm not woke, but I'm awake, right? Because I have good grammar. So people, they don't really care about you at all, and I think that's something that we need to work on as a society. And the word for this is empathy. Have you heard of this word? Empathy, right? So according to dictionary.com, empathy is the psychological identification with or the vicarious experiencing of the feelings, thoughts, or attitudes of another, right? So it's basically putting yourself in someone else's shoes figuratively, not literally, or not the real definition of literally before they made it the same as figuratively. Because you don't actually want to be in someone else's shoes. It might smell, there might be germs, it'll probably hurt. And I personally have no interest in wearing heels, again. So you picture yourself in someone's heels and you feel the pain on your feet and the bruises on your ankle and ouch, that is empathy, right? Ta-da, you've learned something today. So another thing that I have found out about empathy, it is not problem solving. When people are venting their problems, they do not want a solution, especially if there is none. And also, if there is one and they refuse to take it. For instance, I have this friend who has been in love with a married man for 10 years who treats her like shit 95% of the time, right? And the clear advice to her is cut the fucker out of your life, which of course she won't do because she holds on to that 5% when things are wonderful and she doesn't want to hear the truth, she doesn't want to hear any tough love. So she has trained me to just say this empathetic phrase, I'm sorry that sucks. Right? It's great. You can use it in any situation. Why don't we try it all together? I'm sorry that sucks. Guys, I'm sorry that sucks. Can we try again? I'm sorry that sucks. A little better. All right, so we will do some examples. So your friend says to you, I just lost my job. You say, I'm sorry that sucks, right? Not, oh my God, that's amazing. We can hang out all the time because now you're free. Yay! That's not correct. Or next example, your friend says, oh, my poor dog just got hit by a car, and you say, I'm sorry, that sucks, right? Not, I really hate dogs, I'm glad there's one less of them. And that's when you get slapped, which happened to me when I said it to my friend in high school, so I wish I had learned the lesson a little sooner. That's a true story of my first slap, actually. And then our final example, right? Your friend comes up to you and says, guess what? I'm pregnant. You say, I'm sorry. Just kidding. That one is a trick question. As I've gotten older, this one thing has changed. A lot of my friends actually want kids now. It's very strange. I don't understand why someone would want to give up their social life and all their aspirational dreams, but I have learned that the proper thing to say to this is congratulations with as much excitement as you can muster. But if it's via text, you can actually fake it just by typing a lot of exclamation points and emojis. Happy emojis, not the poop one. Yeah. So let's just bring it all together here for what we have learned tonight. The next time you meet someone and he says he's a comedian, instead of saying, tell me a joke, try to have some empathy and instead say, I'm sorry, that sucks. Thank you, you've been great. Happy New Year. I'm Seth Bisen-Hersh. You can find me online at SethBH.com and on social media at SethBH.com.
Of course.
And Love Quirks in February.
Yeah, he's got a play going on. Get out of here. You're doing great.